So in this tutorial we're going to learn how to make our characters or sprites move around the screen. Now, a little bit of maths learning before we go any further. You'll notice that I've put a line going down and a line going across the screen with an X and a Y. And these are coordinates, the axes for the coordinates. And if you look very close, if I move my mouse pointer into the middle here, you'll see when I go to here, I can get the x-axis and the y-axis to 0. If you look in the right of the corner there, you'll see there's 0. And that's the middle of the screen. Okay, so the middle is 0, 0. And if I go across the x line this way, and just keep it on the line, you'll see the x goes up to 164 if I go that way, right across to 200. And if I go this way along, it goes to minus 230 something. And if I go back to the middle, x is 0. And if I go up, the y goes positive up to about 180, and if I go down it goes to minus 180. And if I go over here somewhere, you can see the coordinates go to x100 and y100, so it's positive for both there, and down here my x is positive and my y is negative, and so on and so forth. And hopefully you should already understand coordinates. Now, what we're going to do first is set the position of our duck. What we want it to do is sit on the shelf, like so. We don't want it to be hovering above like this, we want it to be on the shelf. Okay, so the first thing we've got to do is get the coordinates of that duck, the center of it set up. So if I click here, I want to set the center of my costume correctly. And you can see at the moment the middle is a little bit offset, so I'm going to move that so the middle of the duck is perfectly aligned. There we go. That's great. Now what I want to do is switch into scripts. Now you've probably seen these scripts before, so let's just throw that away. And hopefully you've done this last year. So we're going to start off with an event called when clicked. So when I press the green flag and the game starts, I want this duck to start moving. So I'm going to drag in a when clicked. There it is already. And I'm going to set motion, and I want the coordinates. Now what I want to happen, if somebody's moved my duck by clicking or dragging, I want it to sit on this shelf here. So what I do is I grab one of these, I go to XY and pop that in, and if I just put my mouse pointer on the middle of the duck, I'm looking here for the coordinates, so back to the middle, it's minus 179 and minus 48, so here we go, minus 179 and minus 48. Okay, so let's just move the duck, and if I press the green flag, it should go back to there. Perfect, so that's the first point. I always want the duck to start in a position that I'm happy with. Now the next thing I want to do is get it to move. So I'm going to use this instruction here, move 10 steps. Now hopefully if you've done Scratch before, you'll realise that if I put one move command in, it will only ever move 10 steps. It won't move across the screen, it will just move like that and then do nothing else. So if you recall, you will need a forever event, and that's under control. So if I grab forever, drop in the move 10 steps command. We can always change this value to make him go slower or faster, but if I put that in now and press green, he's off. There he goes. Okay. Now the problem I've got is that when he gets to the edge, he gets stuck. So I need to go to motion and grab one of these, if on edge bounce, and let's press the green flag, and he goes back, and there he is, he's moving. I've got a slight problem here in part of the command of the sprite aren't set up correctly. So I have to go into this little information box and set his rotation style to side to side. And that means he doesn't turn upside down. So let's try that again. Here he goes. And look at that. Fantastic. Now, things we can do is if I want to put that script on the can, I can just do this. Look, so if I just press stop, go back, and I can click here, and I can drag this, let it go on the can, and look what's happened. Put that script onto the can. So the duck's still got the script, but the can's also got it. Now, if I press green now, we're going to have a problem. You'll see what happens. Look, they've both gone to the same place. First thing I need to do is fix the center of the can. So let's fix that first by going to costumes and clicking up here. Look, set costume center. Put that in the middle, like so. Perfect. If I press green, look, you can see the can's just disappeared. It's also, the next problem is it's going upside down, so I go into the information box and press this side to side arrow. Here we go. Let's try it again. But obviously, I don't want that can to be in the same place, so let's move it and have a look at the new coordinates. So the middle now is X 130, Y 42. So if we go to script, X 130, Y 42, and that will be its starting point, and it will stay there. So if I screen flag now, here we go. We've got the basics of our duck hunt starting to run. This is looking really good. Now, you're probably thinking, well, what if I want another duck or another cow? So now I've already got the script and I've set this up, I can just right click and duplicate the duck. Now it's pretty convenient, he's gone up there, but that doesn't mean that's where he's going to start, because if we have a look at the two ducks, it flashes when I select it, you can see his starting point is the same. So let's have a look. His middle is -71, okay, so that's on the x-axis, and on the y-axis he's 132, so x -71, y 132. And let's have a look now. Brilliant, my duck hunt, everything's moving along very nicely. Now if I want to change the speed, I can change the move here, look, so let's do 6. And look at the difference of that duck at the top there, it's a lot slower. Now, once you're happy, you can put as many sprites on the shelves as you want. I'm just going to go with 3, and I wouldn't recommend you put loads on there. So 5 would be a good number, but not 10 or 20, because that's too many. Okay? So once you've got 3 to 5 sprites moving like that, you're ready to move on to the next.